There are 8 billion people on Earth today and counting. This upward trend is set to continue with a projected 9.7 billion, estimated in 2050. We might even hit 10 billion in the mid-2080s. With more people on Earth, our energy demands are at a tipping point.
Green transition doesn't happen overnight. Since a number of years ago, we have really been putting sustainability at the heart of our decision-making process. We see the economics of renewables really coming down. Now it's at parity with some of the green sources. So if you choose between a green source of power versus gray, it is a no-brainer.
It's needed for all of us to accept that we need to do something right now, and we need to do it at pace. Otherwise, hey, there's not going to be a planet for our grandchildren.
Conventional energy production is severely harmful to the environment. How can we produce energy cleanly to cope with the rising global demand? If you've been to Singapore, chances are you've experienced this. With this blend of heat and humidity, it's no wonder that the country has the most air conditioner installations per capita than any of its Southeast Asian neighbors. Cooling systems consume close to half of a building's energy, and this means a huge toll on the environment. In order to cool efficiently, we must look deeper for an answer. Underneath the iconic Marina Bay area lies a district cooling system. Designed, built, and operated by SP Group, the Marina Bay plant is the world's largest underground district cooling system that services an air-conditioned area of more than 1.7 million square meters. The facility consists of a series of water chillers, circulators, and huge water storage tanks. Containing over 1,000 cubic meters of water, the additional thermal storage tanks are designed to conserve energy in the form of ice when cooling demands are low. A network of pipes then distributes chilled water as a cooling medium for key commercial buildings and infrastructure. The efficiency of the centralized cooling system means significant energy savings and lesser carbon emissions for the end user.
Around the Marina Bay area, due to the centralized cooling, we are saving the carbon emission for nearly 20,000 tons per year. It is equivalent to offload around 17,000 cars from our road.
Because of its positive environmental impact, plans are also in place to implement a district cooling system in other areas of Singapore, specifically for residential projects.
We are going to deploy the centralized cooling concept to residential fields, such as our Tengah HDB project area. So the energy saving for the whole region area is around 30%.
Projects like district cooling ensure a more efficient use of energy to cope with the rising demands of a growing population. But this is just a piece of the net zero energy puzzle. The conventional energy sector today is still a key contributor to climate change, accounting for more than 2/3 of global greenhouse gas emissions. We see change happening through the widespread adoption of electric technologies.
If your power is generated by natural gas or coal, and your EV is powered by your grid, which is generated by this power, it's not so clean. For it to be truly net zero, people have to have a kind of holistic picture and understand where power is generated, how it's being converted into different usages, and how they are actually using it, so that we can make sure on the city level, on the urban level, it is net zero.
However, not all sectors can be electrified. And this is where PTX comes in.
So PTX is the acronym for Power-to-X. It is the process of converting renewable energy, so a green electron, into an alternative energy source. The simplest source is hydrogen. That's what you get out of water electrolysis. And from there, you can synthesize, well, your imagination basically sets the limits. It's a broad variety of chemicals. It could be everything from hydrogen to synthetic jet fuel. So if we look at the potential effects of pushing through PTX technologies, if we take the hard-to-abate sector alone, where we believe that the PTX solutions are most crucial, you could say just fixing that alone will remove 30% of all the greenhouse gases that's being emitted globally.
Over the last 80 years, Topsoe has been pushing the boundaries of decarbonizing energy sectors through science.
For Topsoe, as our portfolio company, what we kind of work with quite often is for some of these new initiatives, they are spending most of their efforts now on is the green solutions. That enables a lot of applications, and it enables use for renewable power to decarbonize a lot of hard-to-abate sectors in the industry.
The technologies are there, and the technology is there today. We are ready to implement all the components in the energy transition. So it's not something that has to be invented, something that has to be developed. It already exists. It's a matter of committing across the value chain. Today, looking at the facts, we have gone too far and we have gone too fast in our use of the fossil resources that exist on our planet. And we need to move massively on renewable energy.
That's why we as investors also come in trying to catalyze that path so we can bring down the cost faster to parity of some of the gray solutions or the traditional solutions. I would say it's not too late. Now we do see a lot of efforts putting forward by governments, by companies, by investors, by individual consumers. I think increasingly individuals are becoming global citizens, and not only our generation, we see that even more at the younger generations as well. And I think when my kids grow up, they'll definitely contribute more towards this agenda.